I swear, it's stuff like this that always just get me. It sucks me in. I'm going to tell you, I was actually shocked at a few of the cases that are included in this. One I had no clue of. The other I did not realize was going to happen so fast. I think you'll be surprised along with me. And as you can see, we are here on lawandcrime.com. Law and Crime looks ahead at the 10 remarkable criminal trials scheduled for the first half of 2023. The new year brings a slew of criminal cases, many of them long awaited and controversial. Here are 10 trials currently scheduled for the first half of 2023. And starting off, we have someone who I thought was going to be worse than Lori Vallow Daybell with delays, but I'm wrong. For January, we have South Carolina versus Alex Murdaugh. The scion of a family of prominent attorneys killed his own wife and youngest son just to cover up impending personal, legal, and financial ruin. Emerging from his bad behavior, say prosecutors in South Carolina. Defendant Richard Alex Murdaugh had allegedly claimed to find Margaret Maggie Murdaugh and Paul Murdaugh shot dead on the family's property, a palatial 1,770-acre hunting lodge that locals refer to as Moselle. But authorities say he was the person responsible and that he lied to investigators by claiming the deaths were tied to his slain son's tragic past. Paul Murdaugh allegedly drove a boat while drunk and got into an accident, killing his friend Mallory Beach. Prosecutors say that Alex Murdaugh later hired a former client to shoot him in the head so that his surviving son would get insurance money, though the injury wasn't fatal. Trial is set to begin January the 23rd. I mean, it's a lot missing. It's a lot left to the imagination, but you kind of get the idea if you interested. So yes, 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 this one is coming up soon. This one is before Sarah Boone's trial. All right, so this one is actually already started. Wisconsin v. Mark Jensen. Wisconsin murder defendant Mark Jensen stands trial once again, years after jurors convicted him of fatally poisoning wife Julie Jensen with antifreeze. This time, prosecutors can't use a striking piece of evidence. Julie, who died in 1998, left behind a letter and voicemail saying that if she died, police should treat her husband as a suspect. I pray I'm wrong and nothing happens, she wrote. The state Supreme Court ruled in 2021 that prosecutors could not rely on the letter for conviction because Mark could not have Julie questioned under the U.S. Constitution. A juror voiced shock at a federal judge in 2013 overturning Mark Jensen's 2008 murder conviction, according to WISN. I second that shock. She reportedly maintained, however, that the most important piece of evidence was not Julie's letter, but Mark's searches about poisoning deaths, as well as his statements to officers. Trial is set to begin in January 9, 2023. I guess on. And I'm still fingers crossed for this one. Florida v. Sarah Boone. A woman is charged with second-degree murder for allegedly locking her boyfriend in a suitcase and leaving him there to die. Sarah Boone claimed that she and victim Jorge Torres Jr. played a game of hide and seek and that they thought it would be funny if Torres got into a suitcase, according to deputies in Orange County, Florida. She allegedly said they had been drinking and that she passed out in her bed. She woke up later to find her boyfriend unresponsive and not breathing in the suitcase. But authorities said they found cell phone video, which Boone recorded. They said that Torres called out Boone's name from the suitcase and she answered by taunting him with allegations that he had choked her and cheated on her. You should probably shut the fuck up, she allegedly said in video. Trial is scheduled to begin January 30th, 2023. I really, 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 really would love to know what the conversations with the lawyers were like before they went and tried to quit. It is not funny at all, but there's so many people pleading not guilty. And I'm trying to figure out how the hell they think they about to get off. But this is all alleged in my opinion. Innocent until proven guilty, boo. Do you? All right, and up for February, we have the USA versus Ronald Washington and Carl Jordan Jr. Hip hop legend Jason Jam Master Jay Mizell was gunned down at a recording studio in Queens, New York, more than 20 years ago. Federal prosecutors now say that Ronald Washington and Carl Jordan Jr. are the men responsible entering the music studio and murdering Mizell in cold blood. Jordan previously did time for shooting Jam Master Jay's nephew, Rodney Jones. Trial is scheduled to begin February 13, 2023. Did y'all just catch them? Is that why they're just going to trial? This be amazing to me. This be amazing to me. But I'm a mind my business. I'm a mind my business. In the month of March, we have Wisconsin v. Taylor Shabusiness. A Wisconsin woman will stand trial for allegedly cutting off her lover's head after a sexual encounter ended in murder. Taylor Denise Shabusiness confessed that she strangled Shad Thyron to death with a chain. According to prosecutors in Brown County, the object was originally part of a consensual sex act, but prosecutors say she killed him on purpose, continuing with the choke even as he coughed up blood. Yeah, I like it. She allegedly told investigators. Oh, no, 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 no. What you mean? I did not look into this case, and I don't think I'm going to look into this case. I'm scared. This is disgusting. According to authorities, she dismembered the body, leaving his head in the basement where his mother found the body part. The jury trial is set to begin March 6, 2023. That is absolutely disgusting that you left that and made his mom find. That is absolutely. Ooh, why did she plead not guilty? This is what I'm talking about. Also, in the month of March, Arizona v. Michael Turney. For prosecutors, this trial was more than 2 decades in the making. Defendant Michael Turney was arrested back in 2020 for allegedly killing his stepdaughter, Alyssa Turney, and causing her 2001 disappearance. I'm shaking and crying, Alyssa's sister Sarah Turney wrote after the arrest. We did it, you guys. He's been arrested. The charge is second-degree murder. Trial is scheduled to begin March 13, 2023. This shit is too much at this point. Moving into April, we have Alabama versus Casey White. This was the first one that I saw that actually piqued my attention, besides like the Sarah Boone and Murdaugh. Casey White may not have actually killed Vicky White, no relation, at the end of a remarkable manhunt. But Alabama authorities want to hold him responsible for the late sheriff's deputy's death. Authorities say that Vicky White, a veteran member of the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office, helped Casey White, a convicted felon facing a separate murder case, break out of jail after they started a secret love affair. The 11-day manhunt ended violently as law enforcement closed in on them. It says on, but it's supposed to say, I guess, in on them in the area of Evansville, Indiana. Instead of surrendering alive, Vicky White allegedly shot herself in the head. The charge against Casey White is felony murder during escape in the first degree. The former statute treats as a murder any death that happened during the commission of a felony. Here, an escape from prison that wrapped the nation's attention. Trial is scheduled to begin April 17, 2023. Now, I'm going to be honest. I would only hire Daryl Brooks, Doogie Butt Brooks, whatever his name is, for this case, because I would just want him to stand there and say, but Your Honor, I don't understand the charges against me. Because in this case, I'm not sure. And still in April, Florida v. Charlie Adelson. The alleged mastermind behind a law professor's assassination will stand trial in Tallahassee, Florida. Prosecutors say Charlie Adelson hired hitman Sigfredo, I don't know, Garcia, and Luis Riviera through then through his then girlfriend and the mother of Garcia's children, Catherine Magbanua. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I didn't even try. The gunman ambushed Florida State University law professor Dan Markle at the victim's home on July 18, 2014, authorities said. The alleged motive: Markle had had a contentious divorce from Charlie's sister, Wendy Adelson, and the Adelson family wanted to take custody of the couple's two sons. Now Riviera has turned state witness, and Garcia and Magbanua were convicted separately of murder. That leaves Charlie Adelson, the remaining defendant. Jury selection is scheduled to start April 24, 2023. I'm sorry, did he still, is he not guilty? Uh, I, I, I'm not up to date on all of these cases, so some of them are just amazing to me. I wanted to know. I was nosy and wanted to know, and now I know. In the month of May, Florida versus Scott Peterson. This one, I was shocked. I didn't hear anything about this really. 17 students and teachers died tragically when a gunman stormed Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School with a semi-automatic rifle on February the 14th, 2018. Public scrutiny landed not just on the killer, but on local law enforcement. Enter former school resource officer Scott Peterson, who faces charges of neglect of a child, culpable negligence, and perjury. The defendant, publicly vilified and called a coward, failed to properly intervene and instead stayed outside during the massacre, authorities said. The trial is scheduled to begin May the 22nd, 2023. I'm not sure, honestly, if anybody else has faced charges or anything like that. But I would sign up for a couple of these trials. If they show them publicly, I would sign up for a couple of them. Maybe. I don't know if I would want to hear all the details. They might be able to keep the actual what's inside of the classroom going. No, they wouldn't. I don't know. But I'm definitely here for outcomes. I want to know because I'm more interested in how the legal system actually handles some of these charges. Like, really? You going to jail for that long for doing that? Wow. All right, and for the month of June, I have no idea what this one is. I just picked up the picture, and I still don't know who this is or what happened. So for June, we have Texas versus Caitlin Armstrong. A Texas woman allegedly murdered a perceived romantic rival and fled the country for Costa Rica, only to get caught and dragged back stateside for trial. Victim Anna Mariah Mo Wilson was a professional cyclist who started a brief relationship with fellow cyclist Colin Strickland. Strickland has said, however, that this happened when he was in the middle of a break with longtime girlfriend Caitlin Marie Armstrong. Strickland got back together with Armstrong, who prosecutors say carried out a plot to shoot and kill Wilson. Trial is set to start June 26, 2023. See, so for that one, I'm going to need to know a little bit more. Because just because y'all got back together, I'm confused. What happened? But what happened? But what did she do? But what happened? Y'all ain't give me no details. And I know it's got to be more than that. What happened? All right, well, I guess I'm going to read that one to myself elsewhere and try to figure out what happened, why you had done that, and get ready for the rest of these trials. It ain't enough popcorn in the world. I don't know what's wrong with people. I really don't. Y'all need to stop dragging these victims through the mud, through all of this extra. Like, if you guilty, I know it's hard, but I'm going to need you to just raise your hand and say guilty and stop playing with these people's time, energy, and effort. Sarah Boone, allegedly, in my opinion. Bye, y'all.